the wrong one. It's the one.
Oh, you took the wrong cord.
Yeah.
I was wondering why there was only
What cord do you need?
It's an iPhone.
I have one.
There's an iPhone over there.
Hey,
Ah!
there's
It's a Clefairy.
Check my bag.
Because I literally have to.
If I didn't have gum in my
Why am I hard? Yeah. It's a blue one. Should be in the big zipper. Yeah, that one. That one's fucking as long or longer.
You know what you should do? Hang yourself with it. Yeah, I'm trying to equally bully everyone.
Yeah, okay.
Except for me, because I'm sensitive.
Yeah.
There's no outlets. Just plug it into my.
You tip your. Okay.
You tip your hat?
There's no outlets. You'll have to plug it into my computer.
Or over there.
You can plug it into my computer. You can
Plug it
plug it
Insert
in.
it into his
You
computer!
can plug it into my computer.
Just plug it in, Cody.
I don't think you want all the viruses from the porn he watches. So.
Fucking Christ. I'm gonna have an aneurysm.
What was you saying? I don't
My grandma had an aneurysm.
XXX Tenation.
And now she's dead.
I thought you were going to be like XXX videos or something. I was like, Jesus.
That's what made me think of it. I was thinking of like porn sites, and then I just XXX Tenation. Rest in peace, X.
Howdy, hi, and hello. Welcome to CNC Talks. As usual,
you say?
I am Cody's left bicep.
I'm Cody's right nut.
I'm Cody's butthole.
Damn. I'm Cody's stretched earlobes.
I'm Cody.
All the way across the room.
Hell yeah.
I'm Cody.
Cody.
Hey, just so you know, this is horrible, but Duke sent this to me, zero context.
I
can't even see it, my
It's
guy.
just Bart Simpson
Eating
it's
Homer's
Marge
ass?
eating Bart Simpson's ass while holding his dick.
Oh.
That's not Bart.
That's not Bart. That's Homer.
That's
Whatever
Homer.
the fuck is that?
That makes a difference because
Yeah, that-
Bart's the son.
Yeah.
Bart's her son. Homer is her husband. You can eat your husband's ass, but you can't eat your son's
Homie.
ass.
Bart, eat egg. Egg Bart.
Stop it.
Whenever you get back, I'll ask the first topic because I don't think anyone else has one.
No, I do have something that
Do you-
we don't have
Wait,
to do
no,
it now.
I had such
Okay.
a good one.
But I wanted to bring it up.
Nuts.
So Holly was watching a TikTok earlier about the what is it? The rice.
Rice fields?
No, what was it? The rice thing.
Rice
motherfucker.
The rice test. Have you ever heard of the rice rice purity test?
What you on about?
So basically, it's 100 questions that basically figures out like how pure you are, right? And it'll say like, have you ever had sex? Have you ever drank a beer? Have you ever whatever? And then like the last question is literally like downright like
It's have you committed bestiality? Like
they're kind of insane.
straight
So
fucked up
I
one. So
thought-
if you get 100%, you're
So I thought it'd be kind of funny,
I
maybe
got
like
the
at one
dog,
point we
you
like
know.
bring up a section of it and just go down through like a portion of it and just go around and say if we've done these things
have it on my
before
phone.
Nice.
and see if
So
see
we're
how
doing that
rough
first?
it would be. No, we don't have to do that first. It was just something I wanted to bring up for like.
really going for it right now.
sorry.
So I actually,
Okay, Donnie.
I got one question.
All right, what's your
An actual question.
yeah? All right, I'm ready.
What is your opinion on DMing?
Okay.
Were you forced into it or not? Do you ever want to try DMing? And the last one is, do you wish you were never a DM?
Okay.
So let's start at the first one. What's your opinion on DMing?
I mean,
asking everyone. I know some people haven't done it. I know
Oh.
some people have.
I'll go first. Well, I've only not DM'd like 3 times. I don't really know anything different. But it's definitely my favorite part. In playing like some sort of like an RPG game. It's definitely my favorite. You get to create. Well, you get to like create a world, and you don't get to play just one character. You get to play them all.
Yeah.
You know who doesn't want to be God for 2 hours? Like
Well,
I remember like one time my nephew he tried to like break away from the party, and he's like I'm gonna do this, and I was like oh yeah, and he just started swimming away, and he got up onto a boat, and I was just like out of nowhere this massive whale jumps out and just capsizes your boat. He's like you fucking dick, and I was like you shouldn't piss off God.
Holly, what's your opinion on DMing?
I've never DM'd, and it's because, I mean, for the longest time, really our friend group only ever did D&D, and I feel like for D&D, that's so fucking complicated, and I'm very stupid, so I feel like I would make a terrible DM, but maybe for, like, the other ones, like Simply Six and, you know, the other ones that I can't think of off the top of my fucking head.
Cthulhu Dark, Those Dark Places.
Maybe with one of those, I'd give it a shot, but I don't think I'm as, like, quick with it to, like, if they go off the kind of path that I've created in my head, I don't think I'm gonna be very quick with, like, here's a story that can span off of that. That is not one of my strong suits.
Krista?
I love DMs.
Not the sexual position.
Well,
Brown chicken, brown.
So
That's why Cody's got all those rope marks.
I don't really feel the desire to DM at all, really, but I really love, like, when we sat down for sessions to, like, come up with ideas. I loved that part. That was so much fun. I feel like my inability to improv sometimes is what is going to hinder me from being a DM.
That's exactly
Like, I'd be cool
mine.
with, like, the details and the story stuff, but the, like NPC talk, I don't think I'd be very good at that.
Cody?
He's playing Pokemon right now.
So,
Are you playing
no,
Pokemon?
I'm not. I'm
What are you
taking
doing?
Looking at
I'm
dick
taking
pics.
this rice test.
Oh, are you seriously right now?
Is it the, wait, is it the right
Dude,
one?
he's-
Let me see it.
Yeah, he's.
It's definitely the right one,
it's
and
the
I
right
have
one.
one box
It's the right
unchecked,
one, I can
and it's
see it.
dancing
With the
without
stars?
leaving room for Jesus.
Huh?
Like, that's the only one I have. What is kissed horizontally?
Like you're in bed laying down making out. Not sex, just making out in bed.
Nope, we've never done that.
Kissed horizontally.
Cody's still a virgin.
Only in his asshole. Never mind, not in his
All
asshole.
right, just answer this question, and then
So
we'll get
I
the...
would say
How do you not panic when somebody touches
like-
it? It freaks me out.
I've
I get all-
desensitized him.
I get all nervous. Chris is like, "You like this beer bottle, bud?"
she's afraid of.
Why is he a trucker?
I don't
I know
know.
what comes out of it.
So, yeah, nothing bad.
Everything
Whoa,
bad.
I don't know about that one, my guy.
We sucking on
Hey,
turds at
I
this
eat pretty
point.
good. I eat pretty good now. I don't
thought-
have.
I thought you were
don't
gonna-
have issues.
Still
I thought you were
doesn't
gonna
mean your
say,
poop doesn't stink.
I eat ass.
I just down Mexican. I know mine ain't good.
So, as far as DMing, I enjoyed DMing. I know I can do it, so, but also kind of what Holly said. Like, I think it would be more fun for me to DM, like, non-D&D games. But whenever I did do the D&D, like, I've never done anything over a one-shot, so, and I would like to keep it that way, unless it was not D&D. That's pretty much...
Yeah.
I think a thing that helps too is like the 3 people out of the 5 of us who DM, you guys all know D&D rules pretty fucking well. For the most part,
Yeah,
you don't
for
have
the
to go
most part.
flipping through the book for a bunch of shit, whereas with me, I would have to be like, hang on. Like, fuck, Tyler knows where fucking,
Page 144
are.
is where the weapons are.
like, he can just be like,
Just
go to
saying.
that page, go to that page. I don't know. I'm choking on my gum also.
147 is the items.
Well, Cody and I talked about this like a long time ago. It's where you can be a very good DM if you have 2 out of the 3 things: organization, creativity, and improv.
You forgot the last one. A giant dick.
Organization, improv, and creativity. If you have 2 out of the 3 of those, I think you can excel pretty well. Improv will be a little bit hard to deal with, but as long as you're... I know. Improv is very fun. But if you can excel on creativity and organization more, it will slowly be able to mesh well.
Starts to come easier.
Yeah.
See, that's my favorite thing is I love like when one of our members just like goes
Cries?
completely off the fucking rails on something, and I have to think on the spot to come up with a scenario where it makes sense and fit it in with a story. That's my favorite thing. That's where I get the most ideas. That's where the most creativity comes. Like I love when somebody throws me a curveball. It's
Like when
absolutely
I
my
said
favorite.
your mom to gangsters in an
That was
alleyway.
fucking
Like,
hilarious.
And I'm just like, fuck it, this is fantastic. Like that's my absolute favorite part. Like it's because it's just like real life, you know. Like you never know what life's gonna throw at you. I think that's like one of my favorite things is like you're not reading from a book, you know. You're not
Yeah.
reading from a book or a script.
you're literally creating the book as
Yeah,
you go.
exactly. So whatever happens is what happens.
Yeah, I want to get to that point where I'm able to just go with the flow. I'm not to the point where I can consistently just like let's say Krista told just a random ass NPC, "I'll suck your dick for $5." I would be like, "Well, let's think about this for a second."
Let's think about
I
this.
wouldn't be like, "Would this guy just fucking take it?" I don't know.
You know he would.
But it might take me a minute or two or less. It won't just come out with ease.
See, like I think I just have diarrhea of the mouth, so shit just always comes out. So like that's like the easier part.
What was your score?
I don't want to admit it on the podcast.
Is it out of 100?
Yeah, it's out of
What?
100.
Yeah, so like the higher
The
number
higher-
you have, the more impure you are. You want a really low number on it.
Basically, you'll become
But
like
it doesn't
Satan
just
if
ask
you
like
reach 100.
sexual stuff. It asks things like,
Yeah, it
have
asks,
you ever
like-
been arrested and stuff like
You know,
that.
committed of a crime, maybe whatever. Like it talks about a lot of things.
I'm telling you, that's what got me on it. That's why my score is so high.
72, Cody. Just tell me if it's
Mine
higher
was
or
the
lower.
other way around.
Oh,
Oh, was
Maybe I
yours
did
really
do the
low?
same one.
What?
Yeah.
Oh,
I almost checked like almost every box, and it was like
Oh, then you weren't on the
24.
then you weren't on the same one. You want a low number.
fucking
Oh.
Like
loser.
you want a low number because that means you're pure.
Yeah, mine was 24 and in the red,
So,
like red.
oh, so like
You a
how
devil.
many boxes do you think you checked out of
It was
100?
100.
How many boxes that you
Probably-
checked?
Yeah, how many boxes do you think you checked out of 100?
Like 76.
Okay, so then that's your number is 76. Like if you think
Okay.
like
Well, yeah, if you
basically,
think about it,
yeah.
I had 24, so 76 would
Oh,
have been.
okay,
It's
yeah,
out
yeah,
of
yeah.
100 still.
Oh, so see, maybe that's what we're getting wrong. Actually, Holly
The
is
scale was
is maybe
backwards.
the lower the number, the worse it is because you checked off.
They said
those
a
are the only
zero. They said a 0 was the worst.
Right. Oh, okay.
In
So that
this
makes
one,
yeah. So
yeah.
see, that makes sense. So it's basically they're just telling you the amount of boxes that are left unchecked. So if your score is really really low, then you're actually really really bad.
Nice.
Well, now that Cody's is not as bad as mine, I don't want to say.
What was it?
I had 7 left unchecked.
Okay, so you're at a 93.
There was a couple I was questioning too. There was one that was just a question mark.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I selected that one. I don't know what that means.
Yeah.
Yeah,
was
I
like,
left it
So,
unchecked.
so he was on the right one then.
I was on
So
23
yeah.
then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was at
So, like-
23.
I'll give you an example of some of these questions. Number 1 starts off, have you ever held hands romantically? Okay.
Yeah.
no.
Then it goes on to like,
Noah? Absolutely not.
have you ever French kissed someone? Then
It's
the
just
next
like,
one,
this isn't romantic.
This is
This is completely
This is
platonic.
nothing.
then it's like, have you ever French kissed in public? So it like works up.
Just skip to the last 3 questions.
Yeah, that's it. So it does that, and then it goes into like, have you ever ingested alcohol in a non-religious context? So like,
You weren't
you
getting
know,
wine
communion
during
wafers
communion.
and
Yeah.
wine is fine.
Not ingesting the blood of Christ.
Right, and then it's been drunk, used tobacco, marijuana, used another drug, used meth, crack, PCP, horse tranquilizers, or heroin.
they got me with the horse.
Did they say PCP?
Yeah.
Just the
Yeah.
horse or the
Just the
tranquilizer?
horse.
And then it goes on to like, had a threesome, attended an orgy. Then it gets really interesting. Impregnated someone or have been impregnated.
The last three just take like a really bad turn.
Yeah. Paid or been paid for a sexual act. Committed an act of voyeurism. Committed an act of incest. And then engaged in bestiality. So if someone checks all of these, they are a goddamn predator.
So those are numbered, correct? Like they have a number beside them, correct?
Yes, but they're like cut off on my phone, so I can kind of rough guess where.
Because see, this is what I thought would be fun. Like we each just say a random number, and then we go around the group and say if we've done it or not.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
We'll get there.
So like basically it's 5 questions,
Heck
and
yeah.
then but they're just at random on whatever random fucking number we pick, and then we all answer.
Okay.
Are we all cool with that?
Yeah.
Can we?
If
I would
anybody
like to
says
finish this
if anybody
DM
says the
one
last
first.
one, no, you got to beep it
I
out.
would like to finish the DM topic first.
We're getting there. We're getting there.
We got sidetracked so hard, my guy.
Who we get last? Who was last? Who was talking last?
He just asked me what my score was. So Noah, it's technically Noah right now.
Noah still needs to talk.
Well, I already talked.
Yeah,
I was
yeah,
going
you
on to the
talked
next
about
part
DMing.
where
Oh,
this
go ahead.
question is for Holly and Krista. They kind of already answered,
Yeah.
but would you ever be inclined to DM?
Does not have to be D&D.
It does not. We don't even have to record it.
I was gonna
would
say-
you ever try it?
If I'm
Not
being honest,
confidently.
I would DM, but not for the podcast because I don't
Yeah.
want more people knowing how stupid I am.
So, yes, you
Anyway.
guys would DM at some point,
I would
maybe.
do it as our for our personal friend group, nothing more.
Yeah. And nothing complicated.
Yeah,
Well,
literally
you guys
the
can
most
make.
basic
Well, you guys
shit
could. You guys
ever.
can make it up however you wanted.
Yeah.
It wouldn't be like.
But I would kind of like it, like if we end up doing good with it, I would like to continue it.
See, now they're
I'm
getting
good not.
excited.
I'm going.
I'm
not,
actually
I don't-
fucking terrified.
See, I think
so-
I think if you put both of them together to come up with like a concept, and then what we could do is like just like have them side by side, and maybe for like the first 10 minutes, like Krista does it, and then Krista then takes a break. Holly does it. Have them do it together so it's not like super crazy. I do love that idea though. That was a great idea.
I just meant for like a real challenge.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I
Yeah.
feel like even with us doing that,
Arguably, you know, it would be even
That'd be fun.
more fun.
that'd be wild.
We have
Split it into
someone
thirds.
I would
who's
fight.
we have someone who's not one of us. Someone completely different, whether it's your brother, my brother, anyone. No. Write a base story. And we fucking popcorn DM. Randomly in the middle of someone DMing, Cody. Now he's DMing. And then in the middle of him DMing,
do a
boom,
little
now
timer.
it's Tyler.
It's like
a timer
popcorn
thing.
read.
like a
Yeah,
popcorn
we
read.
can set it on our phone. Just like set a bunch of.
Every
Time.
5 or 10 minutes, you have to change. Oh, boy.
And it's just someone random. That way we're not like going in a circle and then planning out what it is. It's a completely random person we're hopping around to. That would be absolute chaos.
I would probably have an aneurysm.
Bro, popcorn reading in school?
You know what the funny thing is? What we're describing right now is basically just Vault or
Cthulhu's Vault.
Cthulhu's Vault.
Yeah.
When you just
I would
continue
know.
the
We've
story
never
off
played
of
it.
everybody else, and you just play the card.
We've never played it.
Play with a group that immediately goes to, oh, I got the card that says tentacles. Somebody's getting like fucked, and I'm like,
What else do you do
But
with
that's
tentacles?
a rite of passage.
I was gonna say
essentially.
that is.
not in every single one.
Yes,
They're just
in
like,
every single
the
one.
police officer decides to walk through the cemetery whenever blah 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 happens, and then they're just like, you're gonna have to bleep this. Just like literally, they'll just slam the card down. It's like, then tentacles come out of the ground. What? I'm like, why? It's
for the
not
plot.
why.
Not even
But it's-
classy hentai.
But it's always every time.
Yeah, it's for the plot.
No, it's a terrible plot.
It builds character.
It could be
Cody,
sunny-
it builds character.
It
Cody,
be
from a
sunshine
man
and
who likes
rainbows.
that kind of thing, you think you would be into it.
I'm not into that.
Not
that
into
part.
tentacles all up in you? Forcibly? Against your
Just the
will?
R word. Yeah, the R word I'm not into. The rest of it, we'll leave that be.
Just gotta pretend like it's something you wanted.
All right, last part of this topic, and then we'll go to the rice fields.
The rice fields, I love it.
It's for Cody, Tyler, and I guess me. Do you wish you were never a part of DMing? Let's take you all the way back to the very first time you DM'd.
In the beginning of time.
Do you wish you never started?
No, there's no way in hell. Are you an odd man out?
No.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
The way that you said it, it seemed like you were.
So now, do you prefer DMing?
Yes.
Or playing?
I prefer DMing.
Well, it depends on my mood. I prefer playing most of the time. I feel like DMing's nice because you can create like the world and like do all that stuff, but I feel like for me the best part is like entertaining
Yeah.
the players.
Plus
but, like,
you're a very good leader too. Whenever you're a character.
yeah.
So like
That's because he doesn't
you
have
kind
a
of
choice. We always force him to be the leader.
well you kind of keep us on track, which if I ever play a character, usually I'm the one who's trying to fuck it up.
Yeah.
But I just like it
I
that
love
way.
it. I love being
I'm
the
just
chaos.
like Noah, you want to see me get naked and touch this guy, and then you're like, no. I'm like, it's already happening.
Can I kiss Ted Spankowski? I'll spank on your Kofsky. Fucking asshole.
Was that a thing?
Yes.
Did I do that?
During the high school thing,
What the fuck's
where
Ted
we
up?
played the.
Oh shit! Yeah. No, I forgot what my character was. Yeah, I did
Yeah.
that.
What was it? Wasn't he in the arcade in the pizza place?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a good time.
We might go back to that story.
He let me spank his Patowskis.
We might be going back to that story at some point. I don't know.
Hell yeah.
All right. Let's go to the rice fields.
Hang on, I have a question.
God damn it.
You can throw it and not trash it.
Whoa. Go.
So, I know it has kind of for Cody, but has DMing inspired you to write a story?
Yes.
What do you mean by that?
So, like,
Elaborate.
inspiration from your DMing, your stories, the things you've come up with your players, has that inspired you to write something, or maybe you just have the story in your head?
Oh wait, do you mean like write a story like a book story?
You
Like
know, or a short story, or
Oh no.
See, mine's the opposite.
It inspires Tyler to
Usually-
want to make a movie.
So like mine is the opposite. So the way like me writing like normal stories, I always go, oh shit, this would be great as like a game. So that's usually what happens with me. Like I'll just be writing like just a normal story just for fun or whatever, or like for like one of my books or whatever, and then I'm like, oh shit, no, this would be like so much better.
yeah.
So like play it out with like friends and stuff. So like the very first one that we recorded, they got completely shit canned because something ate the
But that
computer.
was such a good fucking
Such
story.
a fucking
It was.
good one.
Well,
Everyone
originally
missed
I
out
wr-
on that shit.
And see, originally I wrote that as a story. It was never meant to be a game.
Cool.
It was never meant to be that. But then I just figured that would be really fun to play.
Yeah.
So mine's actually the opposite.
That's cool.
Mine was like creating an RPG. It was both Tyler and DMing that kind of led me to it. So that's
Cool.
why I'm working on that.
Yeah.
Whatever you want to call it.
Always
Pocket
my
monsters, I guess.
Yeah. The good one.
I am actually the way that you portrayed it, Krista.
Gay.
How?
Did you say gay?
So through DMing,
I'd still love you if you were.
Huh?
I'd still love you if you were.
I know you would still plow me. But through DMing, I created a couple different stories just through the imagination. Back in high school when I had to do like English essays, and I just took inspiration from that, and we had to do like a story off of Beowulf. We either had to do it from present, past, or future, and I went with future, like 20 years, where they found magic, and now the different elements are taking over, and they have to fight this gigantic elemental being because nature and the elements of the world are starting to crack and break free of whatever they
Ew.
had. So I am very grateful that being a DM started my creativity, which helped me create more stories and better campaigns, in my opinion. All right, now we can do the rice field.
Hang on, one more.
Damn it.
Wish we had 100-sided die.
This is just real quick. Do you
Good
have
one.
2d10s.
Do you have any advice for writing stories? I have had this story stuck in my head for like 15 years. And I go to sit down and nothing comes out. But I like have it all up in my head.
Okay, oh man, that's a tough one. The only advice that I can give people that are having like writer's block. See, mine's so rough because the thing is like I will be reciting the story in my head, like word for word, verbatim in my head for like 2 days straight. And then whenever I write it on paper, it just comes out.
Okay, mine's the opposite. It's just imagery to me.
See,
There's
that would
no,
be the first. That would be like a great start. Just start writing down everything you see.
I was gonna say,
whether it makes sense or not. Just be like guy running through field, or clock melting on wall. Like just whatever. Just write it down, and then maybe just kind of blend them together with wording.
Yeah.
That's how I write
You know what I mean?
Is it?
honestly, I think something that really helps with Tyler too, he writes it down.
Yeah.
And then he rewrites it, and then he rewrites it, and he rewrites it, and he crosses out a word and changes it to something else. And then after he does that, every time he makes a difference. If it's the tiniest fucking change, if there's now a pause in a sentence, he will read it out loud to me.
Yeah.
And then I'll say this, this, and this. And then he's like, okay. He'll either change something or then sit and think with that and then write and rewrite and rewrite and rewrite. And every change, he's like reading it again. And I think that's what really helps.
I reread and read and reread everything I write for hours. And it's just because I'm so picky on wording. Because the way that I write is very like really late 18th century, early 19th century. So like I use words like upon or like, you know what I mean? Instead of like normal style writing, my stuff's very old sounding.
Yeah.
So like I'll change little tiny words just because I'm super picky on the wording. That's why like when I got my book published, it's like I spend so much time like literally over a word, like of or an or like just 2-letter words. Like that's exactly where it should be.
Yeah.
And I think
Don't touch it.
What really helps is him reading it out loud. Him being able to kind of hear
reading
and say
something
it,
out loud is also very
because
helpful.
he'll do that. I mean, I can't tell you how many nights randomly at 3 a.m. he would shake me awake and be like, listen to this, and he'd read me the story. And I'm like, that sounds really good, you know, I like this part, I'm giving my opinions. And he's like, okay, listen to this, and he'd read the whole story again. And he only changed the word and, or, you know, something so minuscule. And I'd be like, I can't tell.
Yeah, half the time she can't tell what the difference is.
And then he's like, I got it. So then he'd go and he'd change it to whatever kind of like flowed out of his mouth easier.
Yeah,
like
because it sounds different when you say it.
That is another thing too, is like when I write, like when I'm writing out a story, I think what the best thing is like half the stories that I've written, I don't have to look at the page. I've said them out loud so much, I know them by heart. Half the time I'm not even looking at the words. And Holly's like, you're not looking. And I was like, I don't need to look. I know what it says already. I've recited this 1,000 times. It's like reading a manuscript or a sonnet or a play.
Let me tell you,
it's all the same.
One of the craziest things though is he would read me every story in his book. I can say by heart too, because I have heard it so many times. And then it got to the point where when he would change of and whatever the little thing was, I would be like, no, go back to having it this way instead of this change. Like I could know the changes just because he's repeated it so many times out loud.
Yeah.
It's just crazy how much that helps, because he'll spend hours writing and writing and writing, but him saying it out loud will instantly help him make those decisions because it just flows so much smoother just speaking it.
So like I think like to like answer your question, I guess, is to just write down what you see. Don't try to make it a story at first. Like just just puke on
Like
a
an
page,
outline.
basically.
Just get the daydreams
Yeah,
out.
just
onto
puke
paper.
puke on a
Yeah.
page. Try to put words in the middle to blend it together, and then really the easiest thing for me is like when I'm writing a story, I don't have to think about it. It's just it's like you said, kind of like a daydream is just playing out in my head. So I'm just kind of like telling everybody what I see. Like,
Yeah.
I just describe what I see. So like there's this one called that I wrote called The Boarding House, and it's about how like there was this like housing structure, and each level had different like colors and demons portrayed to each level, and basically I just put myself walking through the building, and as I saw something I would describe like the pearlescent floors and like the black steel sconces on the walls and the leather couches, you know, adorned with, you know, satin pillowcases, and I'm just describing what I'm seeing.
Yeah.
And it's just me walking through that, and as you're just describing it, you're writing it. And it just
Cool.
I think literally just let it come out. Like, don't try to think structurally at first.
Yeah.
I think that's
I
where
think
story
that's where
I think
my
that's where like
problem was.
storytelling and back to DMing is such an issue. If like somebody's having an issue DMing, is they don't just let it flow out. They're trying to think to puzzle piece things together.
Yeah.
Things will naturally puzzle piece things together anyways.
Right.
That's how a story works. It'll do it itself. You just gotta let it just flow out easily.
Just word vomit
Yeah.
for right now.
Yeah, basically,
And then I can
and then-
clean it up later.
Yeah, and then basically people will pick it up, or like, well, I mean, like just like when we play any other game and somebody goes off and does something stupid, it somehow always connects back to what it should.
Yeah.
It just does.
I think you started.
I think that's just natural storytelling at its best.
Yeah.
Take it easy.
I think you're targeting me with doing something stupid.
I would never target you at doing something stupid.
Disclaimer: Tyler wants me to shoot a kid. I shoot the kid.
Tyler
I was
wants
trying to
me
get me to kill a kid.
I kill the kid.
I
shoot
kill
the
the
kid.
I kill the kid.
All right, we got our 100-sided die.
All right, now,
I can go get him.
mean,
Chris,
would it
are
be
we good
100?
with going to the rice fields?
Sure.
Okay. Ready?
All right, Tyler, hit us with your number.
44. 44. What is on the rice patty number?
Let me
thing?
see.
44.
Ingested alcohol in a non-religious context. We already know the answer to this.
Yeah, no.
Is everyone
Technically.
Well, technically, yes, I guess on accident.
Yeah.
is everyone answering this question or
Yeah,
just you?
yeah. Everybody answers the question.
What was it?
Yes. Just say yes.
What was it?
If you've ingested alcohol non-religiously, just say yes.
Yes and yes.
No, I don't drink.
You've
Yeah.
never consumed alcohol.
I've never consumed.
We were
alcohol.
trying to get crunk last night.
See, mine was
So-
on accident.
Yeah.
I've
Yeah.
gotten fucked up.
There was 2 incidences where it was on accident. My brother one time was making Kool-Aid, watermelon Kool-Aid, which was fantastic, and he poured him a glass and me a glass. He spiked his, and I grabbed the wrong cup, and I drank it. And he's like, "I didn't know you wanted alcohol in your drink," and I was like, "I didn't." And he goes, "Then why are you drinking mine?" And I was like, "There's alcohol in this," and I slid it back to him. And then the other time was once while I was tattooing, Josh got in these like Slovakian candies. Well, one of them was a rum-filled cherry bomb. It was like a chocolate-covered cherry that had rum in it. And while I was tattooing, he goes, "Hey, you want one of these chocolates?" And I was like, "Oh, I'm okay." And he goes, "You gotta try it. It's really good." Granted, I have bloody gloves on and I'm in the middle of working, and he pops it in my mouth. I bite into it, and it's just all of a sudden, it's like a whole shot of rums in my mouth. And I'm like, what the fuck did you just do to me?
Yikes.
So it was on accident.
Gotcha.
So, like, I know what it tastes like because of that, but I don't, Oh, I'll add on to that question. Has anybody ever consumed alcohol for religious purposes?
Yes.
Yes.
No.
I never have.
Yes.
I was forced to go to Easter church every year for my grandma, even though I did not care. Like it was hoity-toity grandma likes to show off her girls.
Oh,
So
okay.
everybody
Yeah.
has to go to church and meet everybody, and she has to tell them all the good things that we're doing.
Even though you were drinking religious alcohol.
Yeah.
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 we know.
So
Shout out to Krista's grandma.
Sure.
I actually used to be very much a Bible thumper. Like, very much a Bible thumper. I went to church 3 times a week.
Wow.
Her uncle was a
used
pastor,
to-
and she lived with him, so I mean, it kind of.
Yeah.
I used to go to church every Sunday, and not that kind of church though.
Yeah, no, I went
No
to
communion wafers or anything there.
I went to church
You guys
weren't
twice.
fancy enough.
Went to church twice on Sundays and once on Wednesday every week.
You still get communion at
I used to
other
go to.
churches?
I used to go to church on Thursdays,
Methodist still does.
but it was for like
communion.
little kids, and they would like teach you about God and stuff.
Yeah, that was the same thing with me. We went on Wednesdays, and it was called Fusion. So
Yeah, see, ours was called Craft Class. And they would you would after they would do like their little sermon and like teach you whatever lesson they wanted, then you got to go in the basement and they would either make some sort of craft or you could get these like little ceramic figurines. They came in like a whole bunch of different stuff and then you could paint them and then they would fire them and then you got them next week. It's kind of
That's
cool,
cool.
I
actually.
actually went to the church literally right across the street right there.
Mine
I went to that
was,
church. I went to the church up on Woodland, and then I went to the church in Walston.
Mine was the little tiny one by Sheets, but it is no longer a church. It's some, I don't even know what the hell it is now.
There were kids in that church.
It just literally looks like a little house.
Okay, ever been convicted of a crime? Yes.
No.
elaborate. I don't know what you mean by
Convicted.
that.
You were charged
Convicted of
and
a
found
crime.
guilty.
Charged and found
No.
guilty.
Yes.
No.
What about you?
What crime
Was it
did you
for
commit?
the spotting?
Oh wait.
Technically.
Okay, like
Technically.
real quick, would be like, would a what like a traffic violation count?
No.
Because technically you're committing a crime.
You are convicted of it.
and you're convicted
That's-
of it, and you're paying restitution to the
Mine
state
mine
because
was
of
hunting
it.
related, so like
I just got a warning for my registration.
I got a speeding
Was it?
ticket.
Are we really counting those?
Well, that's what I'm asking because technically,
Why are you speeding, Noah?
That's a traffic violation.
technically it is a convicted crime.
I know, but it's a
they
convicted
do
crime.
They do on here. They say you're convicted of a crime, but then it says like felony and stuff
Here's
like
the thing,
that.
Yeah.
though. Convicted of a crime. If you were to get a, like, background check, that's not showing. A state police background check, that's not showing. For, like, a job or something,
Yeah.
it's not going to show you got a ticket in 2012. So that's what I'm doing it as. If you were
I know, but if you pull
convicted
up
of a crime,
Yeah.
and that's what it is.
yeah, but if you pull up my record, it'll show that I have a speeding ticket,
Yeah, mine's
and
still does.
your record, it's your record.
Yeah, that's what it is. Okay, so
I'm
convicted of a crime.
I'm gonna say convicted of a crime still relates to speeding tickets, even though it's stupid.
Yeah.
Fuck you, Tyler.
Yeah.
Then yes.
Somebody who has violated a law or breached a rule, and
And that's what I
was
mean.
considered to be at or was considered to be a criminal offense.
That's what I mean. Like you're
Which,
doing something
yeah.
illegal, you have to pay restitution for it.
Yeah, I think
And
that
it goes on a record. To me, that's being convicted of a crime.
Yeah, I
As
think
stupid
that
and little
counts
as it
towards
is,
it.
but you know,
Oh, I just realized what the question mark is.
what?
So, just I hope somebody rolls it here.
Just out of curiosity, what is
Wait.
the question?
I can't
Was
tell you.
yours-
It's the question mark.
Oh, I don't.
Yeah,
Have you ever
it's the
gotten a
question mark.
speeding ticket or anything?
Nothing.
No speeding ticket? So
Hey.
everyone's a yes but Krista.
I should have
Yeah.
check marked that. So I'm at 22 for my score. I should have check marked the question mark because I get it now. They did a little funny on here.
See, my
16.
my phone also cuts off half the screen. Like the numbers, I only have like part
Oh,
of it,
yeah.
so I don't know what I'm missing on mine.
I feel like this is an easy yes for everybody. Seen or been seen by another person in a consensual context or in a sensual context.
You're not sensual, so that's it.
Like elaborate in like
Just like
because I
naked.
was gonna say, am I like thinking this
Okay,
too hard?
yeah.
No, yeah.
Yes,
Okay.
It's like
Hey, you've had sex.
yeah. So yes,
Okay.
you had sex, so it's yes to like the first 20 questions.
I've had
really.
sex.
Nope. All business, baby.
You're full of shit. You're full of shit.
Dude,
you're right.
Noah's had sex.
Gross.
Gross. Ew.
Roll, Noah.
Yucky.
Don't answer
Welcome
that.
to
I
the
want to know.
club.
59.
Oh, so
Here we
close
go.
to being
10 more.
good.
The higher numbers are where it gets good.
Somebody roll 100. And somebody at this town.
Had the police called on you.
Ooh, yes. I tore apart.
Yes.
to report a nursing home once.
Yes, most definitely. I've been arrested.
Yeah, I have.
No.
Okay. Mine was just noise, but
Yeah, same thing. Mine was just noise. We were swimming in the pool and we were getting too loud, and it was fucking 11 o'clock at night.
I had my house
Bitches.
raided, so. But for nothing I've done. They thought
Well, it
I
did
was.
say, have you had the cops
Yes,
called
so
on
the
you?
cops were called
Yeah.
on me because they thought I was the girl who had the warrants out for her arrest. And then my house
I
got
see.
raided.
I see.
So I've also had the cops called on me for several other occasions as well. But in that particular sense, the one when I got charged, arrested and all that,
Yeah.
was I was subletting this apartment from my roommate's cousin. Cool, great. Didn't know she had like 6 warrants out for her arrest. So one day, my roommate comes home. When all of our cars are in the driveway, the neighbor, who was on meth, might I add, decided to call the police and say that we were there. And they knew that she had warrants out, so they thought it was her. So the cops come and say there was a noise complaint. And then illegally raided my house.
Yeah.
everybody answer?
Yeah.
27.
Boring. Fondled or had your butt cheeks fondled
Every goddamn
Every
day of my
goddamn
life.
day.
every day?
Noah's the same answer every
Yeah.
goddamn day.
I mean, mine's not usually fondled because there's not a whole lot there.
It's just
but-
if you ever had it,
Well, yeah, but
but you have fondled.
I wish it was more than what it
No,
is.
you don't. You hate it.
After all the times I get yelled at.
Cody
No,
thinks
no,
he
no.
hates
I'm
it.
sorry. Shoving your finger in somebody's asshole is not fondling somebody's butt.
No, you yell at me for squeezing your ass cheeks.
That's not true. It's because you're trying to slip a finger in, and I'm like,
No, you just get paranoid I'm trying to put a finger in.
because you're always trying to put a finger in. Jesus Murphy. All right.
Do you want to do one more circle around?
Yeah, I was gonna say we'll go one more round.
Somebody's got to get the number.
I got a 59.
We
I already
Roll
did
it
that.
again.
Roll
Yeah,
again.
do it again.
Sorry. 37
Gave oral.
to.
Just gave oral. It's not gonna
Okay.
name a specific person.
I was gonna say, do we have to say man, woman,
No.
dog?
It says it says MPS.
So,
What's MPS?
Member of preferred sex.
yeah.
Oh,
So it just doesn't matter.
It's just,
Oh,
have you
okay.
ever given oral?
yeah.
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 Oral to somebody's butthole too. Like, does that count?
Yes.
Noah, our sweet baby
you
boy!
sweet baby boy. Whose butthole you licking?
I think we already had this one.
I'm just saying, eating ass is funner than everybody thinks it is.
Kiss someone below the belt. Yes.
Obviously.
It's the
That's
same fucking
as
thing.
Yeah, that's what I
Fucking
mean.
thing is oral.
All right.
Re-roll it.
All right.
Re-roll it. That's the same fucking
We roll
question.
until we get 76. That's better.
We gotta get a high number. What was it? 76?
Yeah.
Had sexual intercourse in a swimming pool or a hot tub.
Yes.
Yes.
No.
Oh.
Damn. That's one of my favorites. Unless it's in a hot tub, then I get all sweaty. And then I'm like, I shouldn't be sweaty. I'm in water.
72.
Had sexual intercourse with a stranger or person you met within 24 hours.
No.
Sexual intercourse?
Yes.
No, I can't say that I have.
Yes.
Elaborate.
College.
Okay.
College.
And, well, no, college. Yeah.
To 12.
100.
Is it 100?
I got 100.
Oh.
Engaged in bestiality. No.
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 Reality.
I don't know. You kind of kiss your dog pretty deep there.
When she's the one mouth fucking everybody around, no. Just because she can't keep her tongue in her mouth doesn't mean I can't.
So you're just saying it's her fault, not yours?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's non-consensual.
If you have sex with a furry, does that count as bestiality?
No.
That's a gray area.
That's a
No.
gray area.
No, there's no
That's a
gray
fuzzy area.
It depends if they need a litter box.
No.
I think.
All right, continue.
Oh, shit.
Roll those
All right,
dice.
roll the fucking dice.
66.
Ooh,
Fuck.
what?
What'd you need? Was it a 69? Because I can pretend like this is a 9.
Yeah,
I can
it's
turn it upside down.
All right, we'll say it's a 9,
Yep.
just because I really
69.
want to get to this question.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, question mark. Yes. Have you?
I don't understand.
Question number 69, question mark.
Oh, yeah.
They're being cheeky.
Yeah.
I love
That's
it.
what I was saying. I was like, I
That's
said they're
so
doing a little.
stupid.
I said they're doing a little funny here.
that's
Bro, I
Cute.
saw just a question mark and I was like, yes, I
fuck?
have.
Wait, real quick. What did Noah say?
Sure.
Huh?
What did Noah say?
Yeah.
Oh my God!
Baby boy!
My sweet baby boy.
I'm in my fucking 20s.
Whose butthole you licking?
God damn it! Get the dice. Let's do one more.
Real quick, what was 66? I gotta know.
Committed an act of vandalism.
Yes.
Oh yeah,
No.
dude, I love
Pussy?
graffiti.
I wanted to fucking spray paint and just fucking tag it.
Graffiti's fun.
Does like throwing rocks and stuff off of a bridge?
No.
Like,
Did you break anything?
no.
Well then,
Just
no.
other
Did you
rocks.
egg someone?
No.
Did you corn someone's house?
No,
Did you ever
corning
toilet
is
paper?
an act of vandalism.
I was in the car when
It
somody
is.
did that.
No,
I
okay.
didn't
Dude,
partake.
I used
No,
to
let
love
me tell you,
TPing
that
people's
is the-
houses.
this-
That
no,
shit's
this
so
is
much
the thing.
fun.
This is the stupidest
Hey,
bullshit
yo.
ever. Okay,
Everyone peeked.
I move here, and my friends on mischief night are like, "Hey, we got our buddy's truck. Let's go out and do shit on mischief night." I'm like, "Fuck yeah!" Where I come from, we're TPing, egging, baloneying cars. You do shit to fuck up other shit. And they pull up with a truck bed full of corn, and I'm like,
Yeah.
what?
'Cause you
And we
can't-
went around and
I
threw
like
it on
corning, it's
people's
fun.
yards.
Okay, but no, the way that you explained it, like they were just throwing it in people's yards. They weren't throwing it at like their houses to make noises or anything.
Oh,
that's
yeah.
half the whole
Well,
point.
no, it was just like we take handfuls and throw it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
the-
but
the-
you're
the
supposed
point
to like
is-
Stupid!
you're supposed to like hit their house so it like wakes them up and they come chasing you out through the yard. It's like a funny haha. Like they chase you down the street and
still
you're
not-
like,
that's
ah,
not
fuck you, old
anything.
man. Like
Yeah.
Like mischief night was a
You
night
know?
that like you fucking you stood guard at your house because someone's gonna come fuck some
okay,
shit up.
okay, listen.
We did get one time in high school. We did get like 20 some people together. We each just had one roll of toilet paper, and we went to somebody's house and just like all of us, we were just like walking by. Cars were passing by and everything, and it was like 10 seconds of darkness, and you just saw it just like rolls go all over, and then we just continued walking like nothing happened.
Dude.
And then the person came into school the next day, and there was an announcement.
Okay,
made,
so I'm gonna tell this because it's gonna be kind of embarrassing. So every Halloween, me and my neighbor, we would take turns. We wouldn't know when, but we knew it was coming. We'd toilet paper each other's houses, or we'd corn them, or whatever, or like. But so me and my brother, we snuck up through Kyle's yard. We TP'd it. It was funny. We laughed. We went home. The next day, must have been in the same night. Kyle did the same thing to my dad's house, right? I'm like maybe like 15 or whatever. The next morning, my dad is outside with a brown paper bag, and he's wrapping it over his arms. I'm like, oh, Dad, Kyle must have got us. He goes, yeah. He got us really good. I was like, yeah. And he goes, look how many bags I got. He had 6 bags that then got carried upstairs and put next to the toilet. And I was like, what are you doing? And he goes, well, I ain't wasting it. It's good stuff.
Hell yeah.
Damn.
That is a man who grew up during the Great Depression.
Yeah. Hell
I'm just
yeah.
saying that was like the most embarrassing thing that's ever happened in my life, because when friends came over, they're like,
Yeah.
why is your toilet paper in a bag? And I'm like, you can just use the roll. It's under the sink.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, it was really embarrassing.
That's awesome.
All right, new topic. That's 100. We already know that, Cody and the dog.
Okay.
That's 50. That seems lame. That's 22.
50 was if you smoke marijuana, or if you've ever smoked weed.
Just stick with whatever
Ooh,
number you roll.
I got a 93.
There you go.
That should be up
Ugh.
somewhere.
Had period sex.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
wait. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
I feel like this
Why'd
is
you
less,
have to respond
I feel
like
like
that?
this is less fun because we're just two of
Old.
us are. Well, 2 of us are married. 2 are basically married, and you're a fucking
baby.
child.
I'm in my fucking 20s.
Yeah.
I I mean, we think of him as
I
a
mean,
baby,
before
but
this,
I mean,
before
like,
this, I thought he was a virgin.
94.
Had anal sex? No.
Like,
Yes.
for the
Oh,
okay,
yes.
wait, I was gonna say.
Yes.
Cody,
Sorry. Yes.
I was gonna say for the men, is it?
I was like, bro, you never shoved your dick in somebody's butthole
I feel
before?
like we should clarify though. For the men, is
I'm gonna
it?
say like 0.5.
Yeah.
Kinda.
Yeah.
For the men though, could they also answer
Oh, okay. You want
anally
us to
for
go?
them as well?
Oh,
Okay.
then yes. Never mind. Yes.
No. For both.
I mean, I've had a finger in my butt before, so like, does that count?
No.
No.
I've never had a dick in
This
my
is
butt.
intercourse.
Okay, so I've never had a dick in my butt.
Oh yeah. No.
But, okay.
Then yeah, I'm back to half.
Dick or like
Dildo.
dildo, I will say.
Okay, well, I've had a dildo in my butt, so I think that also
Oh,
counts.
okay. Then yeah. Never
yeah,
mind,
then
I'm
that
back.
counts. That's what I'm saying.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah, I've had a dildo in my butt. Never a real dick before, though.
I'm good.
We're
You've never
learning
had a
all
dick-
kinds of
You've
things.
never had a
That
dick
is
in your
true.
butt?
No.
Never had a
He's
finger in your
willing to
butt?
say.
No.
I feel like Hope's into that.
He's a butt virgin.
57?
That's my
57.
favorite number.
Gone streaking.
No.
Really? Oh my god, what?
I've never been skinny dipping either.
Oh my
That was the
god.
question right before it.
Noah?
Nope.
Yes.
I've went streaking, skinny dipping. It's my favorite thing in
Same.
the world.
You
I
wear
will
no
literally-
underwear, my guy.
And I literally get naked at the drop of a hat.
I
I'm
know.
curious about this one, so I'm just gonna ask this one. Who
Go
has
on.
to roll yet?
Noah.
Me
And
and
me.
Holly.
Go ahead. I thought for some reason that was your question.
Really? You guys have
Nine.
never went streaking or skinny dipping? That
89.
blows my mind, dog. That's crazy. It's like my favorite thing in the world.
Attended an orgy. No.
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 Yeah.
Okay.
An orgy's more than 4 people, right?
Yeah.
Okay, then yeah.
Next.
62.
This is already a yes for you. Had the police handcuff you.
No.
No. I wouldn't let him.
Oh.
I threatened to fight.
You?
No.
No.
Yes.
What?
Okay, was it a
Wow.
joke?
like, okay, but like,
No. Well,
I was gonna say, that's the thing. Like, I've had, like, I'm friends with the police. I've had police handcuff me jokingly. I've never been, like, handcuffed when I was arrested.
I've never been handcuffed by a police officer.
Yeah, by a police officer
No.
I have
No.
been
in a
handcuffed by a
joking
police
way,
officer.
or, like, you were actually in trouble and they cuffed you.
So, in high school, I was a part of this thing called the mock crash.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
The before prom thing.
Yes.
Then
that-
yes, I have been. I forgot
so,
about that.
with me,
police camp.
I asked my dad to be a part of it, which I think was the best decision and the worst decision of my fucking life. Because it was just... It was my fault and another guy's fault that we got into this crash.
Mm-hmm.
And I come out and I just see my dad. His face is already beet red. And he's already coming this way. And I hear him running. Well, not really running. Pretty much...
Charging.
Charging.
Yeah.
You saying Rob doesn't run?
He can't. He's, like, charging in my direction with the saying that it will never leave my brain. With his voice cracking, "What did you do?"
Yeah.
Over and over again.
Yeah.
He said that he blacked out and he doesn't know what happened through that whole entire thing. That has been ingrained into my mind ever since then. And after he got pushed away, I had to do a bunch of those tests. And I'll bleep his name.
Yeah.
He was the main guy. He handcuffed me behind my back, threw me onto a car, pulled me back out as I'm like trying to somewhat fight back, but not to the point of going to
Yeah.
fucking die.
You said this was a mock crash?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I would not have done good if I was in the audience. Get his butt! He can't defend himself. Just-
And then, like, as I'm next to the police car, he said, "Let's do one more." As he throws me onto his police car, and this one actually kind of hurt. As I get thrown into the back, as I see my friend, who also got quote unquote arrested, he has no handcuffs on.
Oh no.
I'm like, this fucking sucks. I have handcuffs on through the back, and I have to sit here and wait for, I don't know, to drive away. And I can't do shit.
Out of curiosity, was yours in the parking lot between the high school and the football field?
Yes.
I was there for this because I remember your dad running through the crowd. I remember that day. I was there. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Ours were never that eventful.
Oh
so.
no! Sometimes like they'll bring in like a helicopter. Sometimes like
Yeah.
remember the one they brought in like a helicopter and actually took people off and flew them away.
Yep.
And like ours are always like
I
really
wouldn't have been able
intense.
to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, ours
There
are
ain't
usually
no fucking
intense.
way.
I don't really remember my classes, but I do like vaguely remember like the people around me actually being emotional about it.
Yeah,
Like,
no, yeah, I remember that too. Yeah,
actually
people
emotional.
crying.
See, you guys
and,
seem to
like-
put on
Yeah.
a performance. Brookville,
Yeah,
we just
no,
like
it was a
they just
whole
like pulled up
production.
and they're just like, "Hey, pull them out," and we're just sitting there just like staring at it.
Oh no,
And
like
then,
people are crying. They have blood all over their face. There's
Yeah,
makeup.
There's no blood or makeup with us.
Oh,
That's
really?
why. Yeah.
My favorite
Oh
was
no, these people look fucked.
They didn't
dude.
sell
like,
it. They didn't sell it. It was like a shitty ass car.
My
that they
favorite
just
was
dropped
right
off.
after the 1 year in Punxsy. They did it right before prom and all that.
Yeah,
And then like, I think it was like 4 or 5 days before prom, right? And then that year at prom, over 12 kids got busted for drinking and driving to the prom,
Hell yeah.
going outside, filling their soda cans up with liquor, and going back in. And it was all the football kids. Because the teachers, you're not allowed to go back in after you leave prom.
Yeah.
That was like the biggest thing, so that you can't bring liquor in.
Yeah.
They would go out with their soda cans, come back in with liquor, and just because they were the football kids, they were allowed to. And then all of those kids got busted, and that's when got arrested because sold it to all those kids. She ended up going to jail. A bunch of those kids got in trouble.
yeah.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah,
And I
no-
was like, right after the mock drinking driving
Yeah.
crash.
Yeah, no, our mock
Go,
was
Punxsy.
very, very believable. Like I said, there'd be like blood scattered everywhere. I remember even 1 year they saved this car because it was from a drunk driving incident with a minor, and they actually used that car for a couple years because they're like, listen, this is the real damage. And they even left in the windshield where you could see where the girl's skull cracked it, and they're like, this right here, this is real.
Yeah.
Like, and it was insane. But yeah, no, there would be like blood, ambulances. They bring in the jaws of life to cut people out.
Those
They had
motherfuckers
like
probably used my car for it.
they had
too.
like helicopters and like they would bring in
might
like a
have.
helicopter or they'd always bring in the hearse. Remember?
Yeah.
To take away the dead bodies.
Yep.
The coroner would come
I
up.
would kill
and,
to get zipped in a body bag.
and they would zip you up, dude. They'd zip you
Yeah.
up, and the coroner would take you away. It was insane. Like they did a really good
I
job.
do
on ours.
remember-
You want after this, I can
Whoever-
zip you up in my body bag.
Whoever they chose
That
to be
sounded
zipped up in a body
like
bag,
an
they
innuendo.
actually had
I'm here
to train them the day before so
Yeah,
that they
'cause they
wouldn't
wouldn't panic.
like panic in the bag.
Yeah, because they'd like freak them out. They would always kind of leave like a little 3-inch gap.
Yeah.
But like,
I would just be like, zip me up, let me panic.
yeah,
Give me a
Like-
nap.
yeah. No, it was always really good.
Yeah.
Well, for ours, someone for my car, someone was laying on top of like the hood.
Yeah.
Like where her legs were.
Like she got thrown out.
Yeah, but her legs were still in where the glass was.
Yeah.
Luckily, there was just enough blanket to.
I was gonna say
keep
they would
it
like
from-
lay down a thing, and because like it's really crazy because like when you are all walking out, everybody's like dead quiet, and you just see like this massacre. Of
No
a
one
scene.
speaks. No
Yeah, you're not
one
allowed
in
to
the
talk
car
or-
See,
speaks.
that's where ours was. Like we had people like yelling, like just fucking.
Oh no, you weren't allowed to speak or
Oh,
anything.
yeah.
Oh,
It
if
was-
you said anything, you were immediately taken back inside.
Yeah,
Like you were not
it
allowed to be out
was-
there then.
And it did. I think with that, it really created a crazy like somber moment.
I'm just saying.
Because like people would bawl and cry and
It's a
like
good way to scare kids. Fucking traumatize them.
yeah, I'm
I think
No,
that's
it
why they
works.
didn't do that.
yeah no. I mean trust me. I mean it worked for quite a few people. I think definitely, especially to the people that were like a part of the mock crash itself, really would hit them hard. You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
yeah, it was. I would say they do a really good job with that actually.
It was fun, but it was.
It's like an intense moment.
Yeah.
I'm gonna point out we're doing really well this session. Like we're staying on topics. We're like bringing up good stuff. This is like a real podcast.
There
We finally made it, boys.
We
there was
finally
one
did.
question that you wanted to ask.
That was
On
the
there. Oh, okay.
69 one.
Oh.
Because I was like, it's clever as shit. Like
I didn't know
like
what
you
that
said,
was.
Cheeky.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I was like 69 question mark. I'm like,
No, it
what
was a
the
different one. It was a different one. There was
Yeah.
another one because it was after the 69 one. It was after the 69 we were working our way back through.
What about a 60? Did we do 68? I'm sorry, this is 86. Whoa. What's
I think
86?
we did 86.
Oh, really?
Had an STI. No.
Oh, never mind.
Had
we
an
didn't.
STI test due to reasonable suspicion.
No.
So I did check yes to this one, but not for reasonable suspicion. I regularly get tested, but also because of my line of work where we could get pricked by needles and shit like that, I make
Dude,
it
that
a
shit
fact.
does scare me.
Right,
every
I
day.
make it a fact to get tested every time I go to the doctor. I get all of the tests done just to be safe. So that's what, like, I have specifically asked for tests, but not because, like, I slept with someone and they were dirty and, like, I caught something. Never for that. It's always been for, like,
Line of work.
yeah, line of work, or, like, just, I feel like when you get a new partner, you should get tested just to be completely safe. You know what I mean? That's what I've always done.
What are you looking at me? I've only ever had 5 partners.
Jesus. Okay. Cody's giving me the eyes.
Next.
What?
Are we good?
Oh, I don't. We can do whatever.
Anybody else?
Are there any questions that you were like, I really want to ask this question?
Go ahead.
just line
Yeah.
them up, Cody.
80 through 99.
Line them up. What do we got? We'll knock them down one by one. You tell us what you want to know.
There can be some stories.
Noah's gonna tell us things that are gonna make me just completely rethink my life.
This is mainly for you. I know it's not you. It might be you. I don't know.
be.
So join the Mile High Club.
No.
Nope. I've
No.
never had sex on an
No, but I
airplane.
also feel like it's
Never
because
been on an airplane.
in, like, the way it is today, you can't.
Yeah.
Like,
It's
they
very
always
hard.
have stewardesses. When you're in the air, stewardesses are in the back, in the front, right by the bathrooms. And I feel
Yeah.
like they do it for that reason. So, like, unless you have, like, a private plane, I don't think you can anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not against it. I just
Yeah, not against it or anything
never
like that. It's just I
had
don't
the-
think you can.
unless you just did it in your seat. I think that's the only way that you would get away with it.
I don't think you would. Arguably, I don't think you would.
Hey, I had sex on the back of a school bus once, and I got away with that, and my mom was driving. So,
Well,
I don't think you should brag about that.
well, I'm just saying it's possible to have sex on an airplane
Okay.
because you can have sex on a school bus.
Paid or been paid for a sexual act?
no.
Paid in food, maybe.
Does it count if...
Hey, if
does
you
it
suck
have to
my
be,
dick,
like,
I'll buy you some
cash?
Taco Bells.
So this is kind of confusing college thing. Spent the night with a guy and there was money on the table, but I didn't know if he had just like taken it out of his pocket.
So you took it anyways?
Did you take it?
It was like
That's a
20
yes.
bucks.
That's
That's
fan-
like,
That's
I
fantastic.
think that's just theft. I don't think that's.
I feel like that
Yeah, no, I think you
he was like
pickpocketed that mother.
nowhere around, and it was right next to where I was sleeping. So I just
I feel
kinda-
like that you.
Well,
you
sometimes
pickpocketed that motherfucker.
people do that for like ride back home and stuff. I don't.
Yeah.
Probably around here not,
Yeah.
but like for like get a taxi home. You know, they'll
Basically,
leave
like,
for fucking 20.
take my money, bitch, and don't come back.
Yeah.
No, can't say it. Oh,
So-
sorry, excuse me, Mike. Hello, getting a little personal.
So, with actual cash, no. If someone said, let's get some food after, like, yeah, sure.
Like, oh, fuck.
Can you buy me some fucking nuggies? Because I'll take that shit.
show and then a dinner. Okay.
Committed
You have more
an
than
act
enough.
of voyeurism.
Explain. I don't know what that word means. I am a young boy.
You're a liar.
Voyeurism.
A liar? What do you mean?
Okay. Voyeurism is like you get off on being a peeping tom, basically. It's like
And yes,
Well-
it can be consensual.
yeah, like
Like-
it can be consensual, but like it's a basically, well, let me look up what the precise definition
I was
is.
gonna say
Yeah, we
because
should probably
isn't
do that before we
isn't
answer this, because
isn't
we
that
might-
Please,
also
thank
like masturbating in public or like being nude in a public space?
That's exhibitionism.
You know, I think voyeurism
You-
is solely
yeah, I guess you're
keeping on
right.
people doing things.
Exhibitionism is finding pleasure by other people seeing you.
Okay.
Wait,
So like cam
So like
girls.
if you and I started banging right here, and you were
And I'm
like,
like,
oh
peeking.
yeah, like people were driving through here, like the getting caught feeling.
oh, I love that.
no,
Then
no,
that's exhibition.
no. Exhibition is you literally like people to see you,
Yeah, that's what I mean.
not the chance encounter thing. Like
Well, I
Like,
just
take-
mean like people will see you like driving by is what
like
I meant.
cam
Gotcha.
girls,
Yeah.
people that like video themselves, like
Read
they
that.
enjoy that.
Read that definition.
Okay,
though.
They're
voyeurism is
obviously doing
the
it for money,
practice
That's what I was
of
thinking.
gaining sexual pleasure from watching others when they are naked or engaged in sexual activity. So yeah, it's you get off on being a peeping Tom.
Okay, but there were. Okay, but like, what about like, say, like a hot wife scenario where
Yeah.
a dude like lets his like
Yeah,
wife or
As long as
girlfriend
you
have
yes.
sex,
watch it, yeah.
and then you're watching it. Yeah,
Yeah, that's
yeah, like a cuck.
Yes.
voyeur.
Okay,
Yeah.
then yes.
Yep.
What?
Ooh,
Never answered.
so here's another. This is another definition of it.
You three never answered.
Is
What
a
was the
person
question?
who derives sexual gratification from the covert observation of others. So you have to be hidden peeping on them.
I've done both, so it's
So
fine.
like,
Oh, have we done
I'm gonna say
been
no
a voyeur?
then.
do we say have
What
or,
was the
or
question?
like it? Yeah, can you explain? Can you say the question one more time, just so I know if it's
have
like
you
a-
ever committed
Committed
an act of voyeurism?
voyeurism.
Oh
No.
yes, then yes.
No.
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 Both ways actually, by both definitions.
No.
It's fun.
Okay, that's all.
All right.
Nothing
Anything
else really that great.
you want to talk about? Anything else?
We don't have to talk in the mics anymore, do we?
Oh yeah.
No.
Oh
Bye-bye.
wait.
See you
no.
later.
See you, love you, miss you, bye.
Thank you all for listening to C&C Talks. If you like that episode and want to hear more, follow and subscribe to keep up to date. We have an Instagram and Facebook at Creatures and Cantrips, and Twitter at Creature Cantrip. If you want your message to be read on the next episode, leave a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts. Like, share, comment. It'll help us immensely. I hope you all have a wonderful day.